Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's the same. I literally never answer my phone, so I'm the kind of person who I don't want people to get irritated with me or think that I'm purposefully ignoring them. It's the same thing on Snapchat. I am literally, all my friends know me as the one who I brush them. That's another word that we invented in our generation, is brushing someone on Snapchat. You open it and you don't. That's like the Snapchat version of leaving someone on read. Except you can't turn off read receipts. A Snapchat, you can see if someone opened it and didn't answer you. It's just like, I never answer anyone unless someone asks me a question. Like, if you just send me a picture, it's very rare that I will respond to you because I have so much other stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna I never answer Snapchat.
I don't give a heart, but that's also because, like, I'm your friend. I'm like, I know she sends you in the morning and you send one back and that's that. But, like, another thing, I don't even think I remember hearing brush until, like, I think this was years ago, middle school or something. And I want to say it was Dominic when he didn't go to our school yet. And I, like, read something and he's like, well, why'd you brush me? And I go, what do you mean brush? Like, you like a paintbrush? Like, what? And he goes, why'd you, like, open? I go, and I'm like, oh, I was, like, doing something. Like, I'm really busy. I don't know if he remembers, but I was like, what is it? Why does that have, like, how does that relate to leaving someone red? Like, why brush? Like, I don't get, you know.
Yeah,
bad.
It's like another word that we invented.
That doesn't make any sense to the.
Like, ignoring someone, to me, like, I'm fine doing it to other people, but, like, when I get ignored, especially on Snapchat, like, if it's someone that, like, I'm, like, new to talking to, or, like, I'm trying to make a new friend, you know, like, it sounds so stupid, but, like, when they just, like, when, like, you have, like, a little conversation, like, in the chat, you're like, okay, this is going good, and then it just stops, and they just don't respond, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why don't you love me?
And then it's like, you just, like, keep checking, like, where are they in the Snap Maps, or just,
where are they, like, updating
there's
their
another
Snap
thing,
code?
we're all creepy stalkers.
We are all creepy stalkers. It is the most unhealthy thing ever, but I cannot stop myself.
Because phones track everywhere you go. So now on Snapchat, you can literally see everyone's location as long as they're on Snapchat. Tell me how creepy that is.
The only time the only reason
brother is watching.
Yeah. So the only time I use that is, like, I'm that person, I hate ignoring people or, like, bothering people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll just be like, okay, are they even, like, on their phone? Because I hate, like, trying to, like, do something, because, like, what if they are busy or something? So, like, if I look and I'm like, Kyle, like, he doesn't usually have a Snap Maps on, but sometimes he does.
No, because I don't want to see where people are.
Right,
like,
but so I'll look and I'll be like,
I love looking at where people are.
I'm like, oh, so he was like only on 3 hours ago. I'm not going to bother him because he's obviously doing something that's important where, like, he hasn't been able to access his phone. Why be another person to add on?
I'm going to a college interview when my mom and dad show up.
This really,
oh,
like,
where are you?
It's like, but if it's like, oh, just now, then yeah, like Liz or my, you know, people, I'm like, okay, yeah, then I'll send them because, like, they're on it right now.
Sometimes it's not accurate though, because I remember over the summer last year, it said
like, I'm in a tree or
so
something.
everyone, it was like someone was in a tree and it said Morgan Kennedy, who was like at Abby Salvaggio's.
That is so funny.
She was at Abby Salvaggio's dad's house, which is in like the other side of like Leicester, basically, and it said that Morgan Kennedy was in the middle of the lake, like just now in the middle of the lake, and we're all like, did I miss something?
That happened with me and my dad on the first day of school, except my parents tracked me on this app called Life 360, and it said that I was in Warsaw. So I'm like walking down a lunch, I see my dad at like Miss D's like desk, and he's like, oh my God, you're at school, and I'm like, yeah. Where else would I be? He goes, maybe in Warsaw? And he points to his phone and it says my icon is in Warsaw. And I'm like, why? I don't even, like, know how to get to McDonald's from here.
I don't know anyone from Warsaw.
How would I know how to get to, like, Warsaw's, like, I don't know, like,
where even is that?
Yeah. Like, I don't
so
even know
away.
street names.
Like, people communicate anyway without having more technology to mess it up. And, like, texting and social media are things that are, like, making it more, like,
social media is definitely
more violent.
definitely,
And I
just
mean,
comments in general on like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's just all about like getting your opinion out there and just defending it to like it's not an opinion, it's a fact. But it's still an opinion, and people don't see that. Like, your opinion is an opinion. It's not a fact.
Yeah, and it's like...
Social media itself is just ridiculous. Don't even get me started.
Yeah,
it's like so crazy.
It's like I've said this to you. I've talked about this, how, and, you know, I think we all agreed, was like how we worked so hard to push it so everyone has a voice and they have opinion and that they have the right. But now it's like we got to this point where it's like everybody, what they say is wrong, or we have to attack them, and we're like hitting the reverse button. We're going back, and we're like,
we're making people not want to.
There's no
afraid.
There's no agreement anymore. It's like you have black or white, or no in between.
Or you
At
could
all.
be saying the same thing. You could say it differently than the other person. The other person will talk to you. It's like,
And
no,
they'll
I just
still,
They'll look at
they'll
you.
still think of it as being wrong. And I'm like, an opinion cannot be wrong unless it's like totally like, I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's an
But, like-
opinion. Like, if you say my opinion, like, this thing is like, there's some people out there, it's like, oh, my favorite color is so and so. Like, actually, it's shit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, but that's your opinion. Like, that's mine.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what my favorite
Like we don't
color
have to
is.
have
Like,
we don't
honestly-
have to have matching opinions, nor
Right.
do you have to agree with me.
Yeah.
But like, don't go. My biggest pet peeve. I've always gone into any kind of discussion or argument with facts because I don't know. I was like taught to not use your opinions as facts, but that is
Right.
literally everything on social media and like Twitter. People will literally fight and like attack each other on Twitter, like celebrities
You have to
and
apologize
stuff.
all the time.
Oh my god! If you don't even start that, but like people,
Charles is quaking.
Bye, sisters. My career is over.
people actually pretend and go into arguments using their opinion or like making up random crap and using it as facts.
And
Using
that's how people start controversy.
Using that as evidence. You can't use
Right.
what you made up in your head or how you feel. You can't use emotion as evidence. Like,
You
have you ever
can't
been to a
use-
court? Have you ever been in jury?
Right.
Like, you can't use.
What are you
use
gonna do?
facts.
What are you gonna do? Stand
You'll
up on
be
that
like,
podium and say,
"Oh,
I'm
also,
sensitive."
like, everything
I
is-
feel bad. I feel so bad for you. I think
Like, I'm like,
OJ, he's such a good athlete. He didn't murder the nice young lady.
and it's like, but it's like, okay, yeah, you can't, like, even like with, I know this is totally off our type, like, false advocate, like with criminals, like, they're put into jail based on eyewitnesses and things like that, and it's like, you can't go by people.
Everything is manipulated. Like
Yes.
when we are put in those situations, our brain is like physically changes and our memories change to
Yes.
what like we want to see. And
Yeah.
like that is everything with the media too. Everything is like manipulated. Like people can like post a screenshot of text and they'll be like, "Oh no, those are fake. She just made those to defend herself."
Yes,
and
you
just,
can't
like,
even
argument
tell-
stronger.
You literally can't tell what's real anymore. Like, for me, the misinterpretation has even come to pictures. Like,
Yes.
you don't even know if people have photoshopped pictures anymore.
Right.
There are like so many things on social, or like
And it's so professionally done.
you can look at pictures and it's like no one's waist is that small unless you've like removed 4 sets
Yeah,
of
like,
ribs.
there was a
I'm
magazine
sorry.
once.
or like,
But, like-
an organ or two.
There was a
You've, like-
magazine once where this girl had 2 left feet, and I'm like, okay, are you okay?
It's not even that. It's like
You
with ordinary people. Like with me, I'm gonna say I'm honest. I'm fake. I Photoshop all of my pictures.
And I mean, I don't
literally.
even know how to Photoshop, so I'm like, is like, oh, you just put a filter on, right? And they're like, no, and I'm like, what?
No, but
then
that's
I'm like,
so
I'm gonna like,
common.
yeah.
Mr. A showed us in photography last year. There's literally a picture where it's like a picture of like a goldfish, and someone literally photoshopped it and manipulated it and warped the picture and made it look like an orange dress. And it looked like an orange
he
dress.
also took a picture of a pizza and he turned it into a supermodel.
Yes.
I love
You
that.
cannot do that in real life. I can't put a pizza in a microwave and say supermodel.
Yeah, literally
No.
just not even yesterday with the
Ready?
whole message, the message thing going back down. I'm
Ready,
like,
go.
that new thing that's like that
remember that,
YOLO app or whatever. So you guys don't know
Like the anonymous
Someone
messages?
like goes, "You're faking your messages," and I go, "What do you mean?" So they probably meant like I'm like Grace. I'm like, I don't
God.
even know how to like freaking like
I don't know
do
how to
like
tie
those
my shoe,
invisible
let alone
ink
tie-
stuff, or I like barely like know how to do GIFs and stuff. Like
I
I'm
mean,
not.
I play Angry Birds all day,
Yeah,
every day.
I don't
I
have
have
time.
games on my.
I
I don't
don't-
even have games on my phone.
I don't have time to go, excuse me, let me just like examine my phone real quick. Like no, like I can literally like just be like, oh, I literally go, what? Like I don't even know what that means. So
I
like
think like
I
just
don't think anyone does anymore, and the people who do are the ones who invented it, and those are the people who is
Laugh
like.
and
I
be
just
like,
want to
mhm.
ask. I just want to be like, do you have a job? Do you have anything? Like, do you have school? Do you have anything that you could be doing right now, or are you literally just like making up weird acronyms and putting in words in Urban Dictionary? Like, is that it? Is that what you do? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if personally like the whole messages things, like again with like the whole miscommunication, like it can end in so many ways, good or bad. And that's the sad part, because like how friendships like personally can like just be done
Make or break a
over
friendship
text
or
messages,
any
but
kind
like
of relationship.
you make like the intention like to fix it, but then they can't physically talk to you in person, but they're like this big person over text, like, oh, I want to, but then in person they don't. And I just like can't put up with it. Like, so it just ends a lot of friendships. It creates a lot of drama, and in the end, it's
hard.
like, do you even care? Because like, why?
But there's such an easy solution to this. It's just pick up your phone, or if you're in such a bad place that you need to talk to somebody, like just go to them. And I know it's hard, like, oh, they have like other things going on, but like these problems can be like.
See, like, that's the thing, though, is, like, I know a lot of people who are in, not necessarily with friends, but, like, in really long-distance relationships. Like, one of my friends from New York, Shay, her boyfriend, who she's been dating, she's now, like, a freshman in college.
Her.
She has been dating the same guy since 8th grade. Like, it's been 5 years and however many months, but he lives in Ohio now. Like, he goes to school there and he works there. He has like a good job, so she doesn't see him unless he comes home for college breaks.
Yeah.
Which is like
Me and
twice
Lucas.
a year.
Same thing with like
Because
people.
he doesn't come home. He's done with college. He doesn't come home over the summer. He works there. He literally
same
only
thing with,
comes
like, people
home
who are in the
twice a
military,
year.
like,
Yeah, my
shit.
brother. The last time he texted me or contacted me was like 4 days ago.
Yeah, so if you suck at communicating, that's really hard because you can't go see them. The only thing that you have is FaceTime to see their facial expressions or to hopefully have good enough connection where you can call them and hear their tone of voice. That's literally all you have.
Yeah.
So if that is going on with what you're saying, just if you're going to text someone, you just really need to think about, like, I know it sucks to like really need to think about like texting someone when it can just be like a quick easy thing, but like there's feelings involved, there's emotions involved. You need to think about the place that you're in and the place that the other person is in emotionally before you send the text. How are they going to read this? How would I read this if I was in their shoes?
Yeah.
And you need to go into an argument with an open mind, and you can't be so stubborn with your like side of the argument. You have to be willing to listen to the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also like in social medias and things like that, when you read something, try to think about it. Don't just go like, okay, I'm gonna answer this. That happens
Yeah,
a lot.
like don't just assume.
Yeah.
That's the old saying that, like
Like-
the dad saying that, like, you know what I mean? Like parents always tell you, like, don't assume.
Yeah, don't assume everyone knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
It may just be you.
You
and
may
your
have
way
to
of
explain
thinking.
yourself in greater detail because not
Yeah.
everyone might not
Just
understand.
keep everything neutral. Like, if you sway one side, you're gonna
You're
always
just gonna
be,
stick with it.
You're
Yeah.
always gonna be a sided person. Like, we just have to really just be in the middle. If you think it's gonna like, you're just like, okay, you don't understand it, then call them. If you're just like that, just call, because that will just. I feel like even then that can be an issue. But if you're that like even have a slight intention that there's like something to do with it, just call, because
Yeah.
honestly, it can turn into such a big mess so fast by something so
just
simple as a
completely
word
turn upside
okay
down.
or just a red receipts. So honestly, I mean we covered everything.
FaceTime if we are like monitored
FaceTime if
on
you're able to.
phone.
Right.
Some
And
people are like, you literally cannot understand what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. But
honestly, I think I got our point
I
across.
definitely got some stuff off my chest.
yeah.
I feel
And
relieved.
that'll be all. Thank you.
So
Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
We
Have
are-
a great day.
we are
Communication Nation!